Hey good lickins, what's kickins? Welcome back to part 2 of my Qanda, or Q&A in normal talk, for hitting 300k subs. Friendly reminder, you are all awesome. Let's jump straight back into the questions with questions! Questions, oh questions! I love you questions! Questions, I want to kiss you all over your face! Questions! First one comes from Ash Williams, who says, "Hey, is your hair really red?" Nope, my hair is naturally brown. I dye it a lot though, and at the time of becoming a YouTubes, I had red hair, so it kinda stuck for a while. My Minecraft character has red hair, because that was at the same time too, but that's fine, that will probably stay. But myself, I'm a brunette, and I had Tutron update my YOGSCAST avatar recently to reflect it. Mostly because there's no Minecraft on my channel, so associating it with something that's not even on my channel didn't feel right. The brown-haired me is a lot closer to actual me, and is the person I most want to reflect to my channel, basically. I had to keep the style in Dragon Ball Scouter though, because I'm definitely a Super Saiyan in real life. Okay, and the next question is from Joanna Hopton, who says, "Hey Zoey, I know you have social anxiety, but do you have any phobias, such as fear of spiders or fear of heights?" As most of you are probably aware, from things like Scribblenauts and Blackrock, I have a crazy huge overactive imagination. And sometimes, like in those cases, it's a strength and it's really good, but other times it's really bad. Basically, I have an intense fear of the dark, because as soon as it's past like 10 PM, I start to imagine loads of crazy things and monsters that might be lurking in the dark. And you might think that sounds cute, but depending on how good my imagination is on a particular night, it can be paralyzing and prevent me from leaving my bedroom. So that's a pretty big phobia. In fact, when I was younger, the first game I played was Zork, a text adventure, but it had a monster that only showed up in the dark called a Gru. And if you didn't have a torch or a light, it would eat you, basically. So for like 5 years after that game, I would always imagine that monster at night, so that's my phobia. And it kind of feels good to talk about that, actually. I have a fear of the dark. Nathan Seth says, "If you could freeze time, what is the first thing you would do?" Well, the first thing I would do if I could freeze time would be to freeze time. Next question comes from no, I'll answer that properly. Assuming freezing time also sort of froze my body, so I didn't need to breathe or eat or grow old, I would spend 10 million years just walking through the universe trying to find another form of life, and then bring some of them back with me on a 10 million year journey back to Earth, and then I'd unfreeze them and I'd say all Will Smith style, "Welcome to Earth." And then they'd be like, "Wow, this is cool. I'm definitely not freaking out about the fact I was on my home planet 2 seconds ago. I will continue to live on Earth now and help in scientific developments and definitely not blow up the planet in frustration. You're the best, Zoey." I'm pretty sure that's what would happen. Anyway, I love space, and meeting aliens in my lifetime, as unlikely as that might be, would be totally amazing. Next question comes from Jacob Jones, who says, "Who is your favourite YouTuber that is not in the YOGSCAST?" My accent went weird there. Who is your favourite YouTuber that is not in the YOGSCAST? I am a huge fan of Team 4-Star, who do the Dragon Ball Z Abridged series. It's really funny, they like re-edit the Dragon Ball episodes and make it way funnier. I'm also a big fan of Dodger from Press Heart to Continue, who is another inspiration for me doing my own YouTubes. And I also love a little thing called Theatre of Life by Nick and Beck, where they basically watch loads of people walking down a beach and dub over what they're saying with hilarious results. Lindsay Sterling does amazing violin covers, and Pyrian Flax does really funny Dota 2 guides. So there we go, that was a little something for everyone. Mitchell Locke asks, "Hey Zoey, you obviously love Dota 2. Would you, or have you ever considered doing some commentary for it? Thanks, you're awesome!" I do really love Dota 2, and I've played over 1,000 matches on it. But the truth is, I'm relatively pretty average at it, and my commentary wouldn't be educated enough to be worth watching. Like, I'm so average at the game that I can't, like, commentate with a professional insight, but I also wouldn't be able to commentate like a complete noob, so it would just be in the middle and not really have a point. Plus the matches are like 45 minutes long, and my computer and internet can't handle rendering and uploading something like that. But if they ever add like a short 20-minute style fun mode, like there is in League of Legends, then sure, I might give that a shot. But for now, there's no plans. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. Can you ever forgive me? I'm sorry. Right, the next few questions are all related to LGBT stuff, equality and bullying. So I'm just going to put a little rainbow on the screen right now. Boop. Okay, I've made most of these names anonymous, just so I don't accidentally throw anyone into the deep end. But most importantly, these are speaking from my own personal experience. I've tried to make these answers as universal as possible, but I can't promise 100% accuracy for your own personal experiences. I'll do my best though, and feel free to change anything to better suit your own situation. Here we go. First question comes from Spike Barber, who says, Hey, :D, where did you find the courage to tell people you liked girls? Because I know more people that have been hurt because of their sexuality. Thanks, :D, you're amazing and inspirational and will always be beautiful, :D. Well, I mean, it's just who I am. To me, it's just the same as telling people my eye colour or my hair colour, and it's just something that is. But most importantly, there are people out there in the world, maybe some watching this, who can't tell people who they're attracted to because of fear and hate. And it really sucks that people aren't allowed to be who they are just because someone else says they can't. That's messed up, and it doesn't make any sense. Just because other people may be uncomfortable with it for whatever reason doesn't mean I should just hide who I am and live in misery. I came out with it, so to speak, because I'm now confident in who I am. I've been through the period with hatred and insults and punches thrown my way, and I want to show to anyone out there going through this that it really does get better. I believe in the end, love will always conquer hate. I am in love with my girlfriend, and there shouldn't be anything disgusting or horrible about that. It's an emotion of pure happiness. It's something that so many people have felt. Not necessarily for the same gender, sure, but why would people want to deny anyone else of that purest, most human emotion of love? It's the people that are against it that I don't understand. That emotion they're expressing is just pure hate. Why would you prefer to promote hate instead of love? It doesn't make any sense. At the end of the day, a man can love a woman can love a woman can love a woman, and the one thing common in all of those is the word love. Love each other. Don't hate each other. And the next question is anonymous. I need advice. How do I come out as bi to my friends at school? I have known most of them for 3+ years and have built up an image as being a straight but playful teen. How do I bridge the gap and show them who I really am without getting rejected? Coming out for the first time is a huge step, and I completely understand your worry. And firstly, I'd like to say that each time you come out after the first will be easier and easier until you can just say it casually in the middle of a sentence. I'm attracted to women. Boom, there we go. Anyway, you've known them for a pretty long time. Over 3 years, like you said. So you've built up loads of friendships with them. You've had loads of experiences with them, loads of memories. I'm really hopeful that if they truly are your friends, nothing would have changed to them. They still think you're awesome, and they won't be able to travel back in time and change any of those memories you have together. Obviously, I've never met these people and I can't say for sure, but never underestimate your friends. However, even if they all don't like it for whatever reason, at least you'll then know that they weren't really there for you anyway, and you can focus on finding new friends who love and adore you. Once you hit college and university, LGBT groups will be all over the place. You don't have to worry about looking very far. You'll find people who will be there for you, no problem. Now, as for actually doing it, my best experiences come from just being completely genuine and not trying to hide it behind anything. Don't try and hint at it subtly over months and months. You have to just sit them down and just plainly state it. It will hopefully mean much more to them if you can have the confidence to just say it. It will feel much more genuine, and hopefully at least some of them will be very appreciative that you chose to tell them. At the end of the day, you deserve to be able to be true to yourself. And I know it's difficult, but if you can get through it, it will get easier. It will get better. Even if it's not your current friends, you will find people who are there for you, who respect you. The world is changing every day. It's coming more and more out, so to speak. I have faith that you can do this. All of you can. You are you, and no one can change that. Next question, anonymous. Zoey, I've always been a vocal equality supporter, and I've just had some friends come out. How can I be the best possible ally? Not all of them are getting support from their families, so I want to do everything I can. Firstly, make sure you tell them that you're there for them and that you support them. But once they're aware of that, try not to bring it up unless they ask you to. Just treat them like anyone else. Treat them completely equally. It's great to know that my friends support me, but it would get quite annoying if it was all anyone ever spoke about. Nothing has changed. They're still your friends. Just carry on as you were before, really. If they can have someone to confide in, someone to listen to if things are going a bit shaky, that's great if you can offer that. But you're important too. Don't exhaust yourself trying to help them. Most importantly, just let them know that you support them, really. That's all you need to do. Another anonymous question. Zoey, I was wondering what your time in high school was like, because I am getting bullied, and I was wondering if you could help me and anyone else that was getting bullied. Okay. Firstly, I was bullied a lot. School wasn't great for me. I messed up most of my grades. I didn't really have any friends. I thought that was it. I kind of messed up my life. But throughout all the bullying, I didn't raise a hand back, because hate isn't defeated by more hate. I know it's tough, but you have to do your very best to just ignore them. Don't give them anything to feed off of. But the most important thing I've learned is that right now, I've spent more years in my life after high school than during it. High school lasted like 4 to 5 years here, and I think it's a little bit longer in America. But basically what I'm saying is, those 4 years shouldn't define you. If you're having a bad time, and there doesn't seem to be a way out of it, just remember, you're probably going to have like 40 years of your life after high school. Once high school is over, your life actually starts. Don't try and get too hung up about what might be happening right now. I promise, if you can get through it, and again, I genuinely, truly believe that you can get through it, because all of you are so very strong. So I'll change that. When you get through it, everything will, maybe not instantly, but slowly but surely, everything will start getting better. It's very, very unlikely that you'll still be bullied in your 20s. I mean, whoever would do that probably has more problems than you do. Anyway, my point is, at the end of the day, what happens in high school just really shouldn't have any meaning on the rest of your life. It will get better. You'll get through it, and 10 years from now, you won't even give it a second thought. I know that doesn't do a lot to help you right now, but please hear the urgency in my voice. I know, I believe, I've been there. I am absolutely certain that you can get through this, and you will have so much more of your life ahead of you without any bullying involved. You have talent, you have skill, you have everything about you. Don't let some people you'll forget in 10 years define the rest of your life for you. It's your life. You'll take control of it. And you'll do awesome things. Okay, the next question comes from Ultra Crow. I don't know what that is. How do you manage to always be happy and in a good mood? I'm always in a really sad or grumpy mood, and my anxiety stops me from sharing my emotions with the few people I know ill. The important thing is that it's completely okay to be in a sad or grumpy mood. These YouTube videos you watch, that's like 3 hours at most of me a week. You don't see the other 100 plus hours in a week. I'll admit a lot of my time lately is spent being happy. I mean, I have you guys, and my wonderful girlfriend, and this amazing job, and my friends, but I get sad too sometimes. And the important thing is to allow it. Don't hide it. Don't try and be happy all the time. That's just going to tire you out and make you even sadder in the long run. I do meditation sometimes where I just gather my thoughts and allow myself to feel sad, and that helps a bit. And I've explained to my friends about times when I may be sad and want to be left alone, and they let me. So just try explaining to people that sometimes you feel that way. I also see a therapist every week, and there's nothing wrong with that. It makes me happier, so it's totally worth doing. So just speak to someone if you can. Lay your feelings out there. Or write it down in some kind of journal or diary. Or meditate. You'll find something that will make it easier to channel your sad emotions, and eventually it will make your happy emotions more prominent. It will take time, but you'll get there, because you're awesome. Okay, next question comes from David Lawson, who says, when are you going to put pictures of yourself up? Smiley face? on February the 30th, which is coincidentally also my birthday. But for seriousness, I really don't understand the point of doing that. If I could have a penny for every time I got asked that, why, I could buy my own moon. Just a small one, sure, but heck yeah, I'd have my own moon. Anyway, it would add nothing to the experience. The videos I do, the tweets I make, how does knowing what I look like matter to any of that? The content will still be the same, both before and after, and I'd much rather have my own sanity instead of having my photo thrown around the internet for complete strangers to look at. I'm not going to do face cam on my videos, there's no point to that. Your eyes literally can't physically watch both my face and the game I'm playing at the same time, so I'd much rather get meaningful laughs for stuff I actually worked for than cheap laughs for making a silly face. It's an incredible breach of my privacy to just expect me to release a photo just because I'm a figure on the internet and just because all my friends have done it. Why? Why is that a requirement? You wouldn't expect me to suddenly ask to see what all of my subscribers look like. That would be really weird. I provide these videos as a free service, and I signed up to YouTube to provide that free service. What I look like has no effect on that service, so I simply ask politely, give it a rest! Even if I do eventually release a photo, people pestering me to release one sure isn't going to make it happen any faster. Because I really want my own moon now. And the next question comes from Kristen. He says, what Myers-Briggs personality type are you? If you haven't done the test before, you can find a quick one online by googling Myers-Briggs test. Okay, I've just taken this test, and apparently I'm an INFP, which means I am introverted, I go by intuition, I go by feeling rather than thinking, and by perceiving rather than judging. The internet says that INFPs are effective in occupations focused on humanities and social science, spirit and soul, inspirational activities, and stuff requiring creativity. It then gives examples of being in education, or being a counsellor, or being into arts like graphic design, multimedia, and musicians. So I'm pretty sure what this website is saying is that I should make videos and artwork and songs that inspire people and make them feel better, which I think hopefully is what I'm already doing. If I read further, it says INFPs never seem to lose their sense of wonder. One might say that they see life through rose-coloured glasses. It's as though they live at the edge of a looking-glass world where mundane objects come to life, where flora and fauna take on near-human qualities. Ooh, that's a bit accurate. INFP children often exhibit this in a Calvin and Hobbes fashion. They switch from reality to fantasy and back again. INFPs have the ability to see good in almost anyone or anything. Even for the most unlovable, the INFP wants to have pity. INFPs are focused on making the world a better place for people. Their primary goal is to find out their meaning in life. What is their purpose? How can they best serve humanity in their lives? INFPs do not like conflict and go to great lengths to avoid it. If they must face it, they will always approach it from the perspective of their feelings. INFPs make very good mediators and are typically good at solving other people's conflicts because they intuitively understand people's perspectives and feelings and genuinely want to help them. INFPs are flexible and laid back until one of their values is violated, and then in the face of their value system being threatened, the INFPs can become aggressive defenders and fight passionately for their cause. INFPs have very high standards and are perfectionists. Consequently, they are usually hard on themselves and don't give themselves enough credit. Some famous INFPs include Princess Diana, William Shakespeare, Mr. Rogers, Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes, and Doug Funny from the Doug cartoons. That's normal, that last one. So there we go. I am an INFP. The next question comes from Aofi Duckers. I don't know how you pronounce your name. Ofi. Alfie. Alfie. Is it Alfie? I don't know. You asked, how long on average does it take to record and edit one video? As many of you are aware, last month I took a pretty big break in video producing. Basically, prior to the break, I was working on each video, just one video, for hours upon hours, and Scribblenauts especially would take all of the day for just 20 minutes of content. I had to make them absolutely perfect for you guys, and I would do retakes and loads of editing to make them as perfect as possible. And obviously this soon stressed and tired me out, and I had to take a little break just to refocus on the videos. I'm happy to report that the videos I've done this week and these ones have taken up much less time, like an hour each. So hopefully I found a good balance, and I can continue to deliver these much more regularly, though I don't know if Scribblenauts from now on will be different. Maybe I'll have to cut a lot out of it, but we'll see. I really care about you guys, but I wasn't looking after myself enough, so I hope you understand my need for a break now and then. Next question comes from David Kenner. Hey Zoe, my question is, how many different ideas did you go through your t-shirt? I have my Zoe t-shirt and my Nowsy one, and I love them both. They must have taken you such a long time. Thanks, David! Oh my gosh, the girls at GameT are fantastic. They initially emailed me with some rough designs for my first t-shirt, and we talked for a bit, worked together to fine-tune it into the one you can buy now. We stuck with the original design mostly, but we just tweaked a few things here and there. It's now available at zoe.gamet.co.uk. Which reminds me, there are now art prints being sold. I think if this video goes out on Friday the 5th, they're being sold on Friday the 5th at 8:30 UK time. So I've actually signed those with my actual hand, with an actual pen. And there's one for Rivian and T2. It's a Black Rock trio of prints. Also, me and the girls at GameT are working on a new t-shirt idea. We've got the planning stage out the way, and if we can pull it off, expect that amazing idea to go live in a month or so. So check out gamet.co.uk. They have stuff from loads of cool YouTubers actually. Sips, Nowsy, Rivian, loads of people, as well as really cool artwork and t-shirts from loads of different games. The final question comes from Joseph Hazel, who says, how good does it feel knowing that because of you, people smile and are much happier? Well, I mean, that's what it's all about, you know? That's what I live for. That's all I want to do. Just knowing that there are people out there who are genuinely smiling because of me, that's really beautiful. And some nights I can be lying in bed just thinking about a random person that messaged me on Twitter or Tumblr or wherever that day, just saying how they were laughing and smiling or just feeling better in some way, and that really is wonderful. In fact, sometimes it makes me cry. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. I really, really love humanity as a whole. We've done some amazing things to get to where we are today. And sure, there's been a lot of bad stuff in our history too, but none of that can change the wonder that's in a child's imagination, or the soulful music played by an aging musician, the poetry, the films, the books, video games even, the rainbow that comes after a storm. There is real, genuine beauty in this world. And if I woke up tomorrow and 300,000 of you had unsubscribed, maybe I was left with just 1,000 for whatever reason, I'd want to keep on doing this. I just want to make people happy, because all of you, each and every single one of you, you all deserve to be happy. Never give up. And smile more, because you really do look beautiful when you smile. Peace and love to all of you. And remember, keep on keeping on. Thanks for watching, everybody. You are all awesome. That is the end of my Q&A for hitting 300,000 subs. Videos will resume more regularly next week. Thank you to each and every single one of you that got me to where I am today. You really are awesome. Thank you. Goodbye.